Hello my friends! Okay, and today I just want to have a quick look at how I am making music by using electronic apps such as Nanostudio and more traditional instruments. Now, the way things are going, things like Nanostudio and imaschine and things like that, they head towards the more electronic types of music, obviously, like dubstep and drum and bass and dance music and things like that, which are absolutely nothing against, but I've been using them more to create more traditional types of music. I don't even know what that word means, traditional, but you know what I mean. Real bass, real guitars and stuff like that. Okay, so firstly, looking at Nanostudio, it's an iOS app. I'm not sure if it's out on Android yet, I'm not entirely sure. But it's an iOS app, so I've got it for the iPad. It's universal, I believe, so if you buy it for the iPad, you get it for your iPhone, or if you get it for your iPhone, you already get it for the iPad. I think so anyway, not too sure. Look into that. And what is it? It's as it says there, it's a recording studio. Oh, it says it's for Windows as well, which is good. So it's OS X, iOS and Windows. It's got virtual analog synths, sample trigger pads, a comprehensive sequencer, a sample editor, a mixer and multiple effects, all integrated in one single application. So basically, it's a very, very powerful bit of kit in your hand. It's a recording studio. It's £10.49 at the moment. That might, you know, throw a few people, but I'm telling you now, that is cheap for what it is and what you get. You get a lot in Nanostudio. Nanostudio is the only app that I keep on coming back to. This and Thumbjam, and I've got a lot of music apps. As soon as a music app comes out, I experiment with it basically. And Nanostudio is the one that I consistently come back to. Before that was Beatmaker. I haven't got Beatmaker 2 because I've heard bad things about it, so I've stuck with Nanostudio. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? So we have Nanostudio open here, and what I'll do is I'm just going to quickly go through what it is and what it does. So at the moment we're in the pads part, so we're in the TRG16, and this is how I do things. What I do is I get an auxiliary lead right there, and I plug this into the iPad or iPhone's headphones socket, like that. Hold on one second, let me just get it right in there properly. Okay, and then that will go into the back of your computer, like that. It doesn't matter if you've got a Mac or a PC, that will just plug into the back of there. And then you're going to get yourself a music editing bit of software. So Audacity would do it, that's free, there's loads. Investigate that yourself. So at the moment I'm in GarageBand on the Mac, so I'm going to open up Real Instrument. Okay, so we have Real Instrument, so let's go to monitor, let's turn on the monitor right there. Okay, so hopefully straight away there's a lot we can do. We can add effects to that which is going on there, but we can also add effects within the iPad itself. So let's just start basic. So right, so we're in the drums. Let's come out to, let's click on manage, let's go to the song. Okay, so this is a song that I've previously created here. So what we have is we have the mixer, which is here, yeah. So it's like a traditional mixer basically. You can mix up and down within the app itself. Here is the drums. Here we have a synth. Then we have another synth, and then we have another synth. So I've only got 4 tracks going at the moment. Okay, so at the moment we have a very, very basic sketch of a song. The way that it works is you can double click on these and you can go in and actually program anything you want at all. So this at the moment is the drums, but this could be a synth, it could be a guitar, it could be anything at all which is available in the app itself. So let's just quickly go through. So that's bass. One second, let's add something else. So we have lots and lots of effects that we can use. There's just loads. Most of them are very, very electronic. Okay, and then you can go in and you can really, really start messing with things by using the X and Y pads as well. Can't really hear it there. We have a pitch bender, which is always good. We can also get in and edit and mess around with these sounds. I can't remember how to do it now, but you can go in. Is it that one? No, it's not. That takes it up and down an octave, I believe. Yes, it does. Okay, so, oh yeah, and you have the double keyboard thing if you want to do that. Oh, here we go, look. Now look at all the stuff you can get into there. Let's turn the attack up. Let's turn the decay up. Oh man, you could stay. You'll be here for days. And there's so many effects. There's so many things you can do it, but I'm not going to get into that now. So as I mentioned earlier, we have here a sketch of a song. The auxiliary is going out into the computer, so the computer's picking it up. So if we hit play, our song is coming through. Okay, let's turn it down a little wee bit. Okay, so if I now hit record here in GarageBand, that should start recording that. It's got a metronome on, let's turn the metronome off. Okay, so as you can see, it's recording it, right? So basically I've made a very basic sketch in Nanostudio. I've mixed it in Nanostudio, and now I'm just moving it over to GarageBand. So you notice it's got a electronic bass on it at the moment, and most of you know that I'm actually a bass player. So that's just a sketch bass. So I'll probably put a real bass over the top of that, although I do quite like this sketch bass. I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I think I'll probably just put another one over the top as well. Okay, so let's stop that. Okay, so say you've got the basis of the song, yeah, you've got that basic part down, it's all recorded up here quite nicely. We're only doing this for demonstration purpose, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of that. Okay then, so let's go and load up, what did I call that, Tyler being alone? So anyway, our basic sketch is now in here, and what we can do then is we can start adding other things on top, including real instruments, yeah? So, I mean, what I've done here is that I've put the sketch down and I've put it up here and I've messed with it and I've gone into the effects and I've cleaned it up and I've gone into the compressors and the noise gates and things like that, and it sounds pretty good. But then what I did was I then went back to Nanostudio and I recorded single tracks over the top. So what we have is a full, one second, let's get to the chorus so you can actually hear it. Oh no, I'll tell you what, we'll get to the, where's that bass bit? Whoa, dude. So, okay, so here's the chorus, right? So as you can hear, there's already more stuff on top, and here we have real bass. And that's just been added in over the sketch, which is here. Yeah? Makes sense so far? Good. Now, if you're like me, you should already be able to see the potential here. There's so much stuff you can do in Nanostudio alone. So much stuff, so much creativity, and so much freedom. But then when you add like traditional instruments such as bass guitar and things like that, and real guitar and vocals over the top, it pretty much becomes quite, the whole concept becomes quite limitless. So that's one way that I'm doing things at the moment, and one way that I'm experimenting with. But let's come out of Nanostudio, and another app that I'm using at the moment. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Thumbjam. Oh, this is brilliant, Thumbjam. It's so good. Again, I just can't recommend this enough. So you come to sounds, change instrument. Let's take a cello. The sounds are so lovely. It's clipping now because it's too loud. So you've got all of these sounds here, and there'll be a lot of them. Theremin's good as well. Drums, you can change the scale, you can create instrument. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna experiment with that later. And you can record it, you can put vocals down, I believe, and this again, just the things you can do are absolutely bloody crazy. Let's check out the quality. Yeah, okay, anyway, so another thing I've been doing is just kind of like putting down, maybe I'll write something here in GarageBand. Okay, so just for example, what I did here was I put down like a bass line, and then I added stuff from Thumbjam afterwards. And have a listen to this. that ping, that like dee 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 dee, I think I did that in Nanostudio. So I did a track down in Nanostudio, and then I put a bass line on top of that, and then I put like strings on top of that from Thumbjam. So let's have a listen. Obviously it's very 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 raw, and there's still bits of audio in it that shouldn't be there, like this shouldn't be there. So let's carry on. Okay, so basically that's two basses just recorded down by themselves, holding like the melody and a bass line, let's say. And then I just put down a track from Thumbjam here, which was the, one second, don't look at my code. So then I just put down the strings, and then I came here to sound, change instrument, where are they? The djembe, whatever that is. These kind of like this kind of like bongo thing going on here, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm only halfway through this, but anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about like how exciting the whole concept is of just kind of like crossing over, I guess, with these electronic apps with traditional instruments like a vas and a vas. Yeah, very very good. Anyway, be interesting to see what you think. The sound altogether is actually really really good. I'm really really surprised. There's little fuzz at all. There's a little bit when you're coming from auxiliary. I'm sure there's better and more efficient ways of doing that, but once everything's mixed and mastered down, the tracks sound really really good. Anyway, very exciting time for us musicians, and be interested to see what you think. Anyway, take care guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.